Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, down to Kingsway Sporting Complex for your Fortescue Premier Grade Clash of the Week. Coastal Cavaliers taking the field now, taking on West Scarborough this afternoon. It's a home game for them. Their club rooms are being upgraded and are near completion, so they're playing an away game at home this week. Both teams looking to improve on their season so far. They're in better positions than they normally are after the first 8 rounds of the year. This being now round 9, it's mental health round, brought to you by Outside the Locker Room. Make sure you check up on your mates. Coastal Cavaliers will be kicking right to left across your screen here this afternoon. The referee for this afternoon's fixture is Bradley Jackman. This West Scarborough side, currently only 1 loss for the season. This will cement their place in the top 2 if successful this afternoon, and they've absolutely stacked their line out. Big front row, Nick McLennan forward, Hemi, Christopher Kidd. But they're certainly going to be met up by quite the strong defensive setup. Paul Inu, Jordan Hansen and Kieran Longbottom included in the side today. So expect these scrums to be an absolute spectacle for us. As Charles Newinghouse gets us underway, short kickoff, lost forward. Everyone was up and about trying to win that first bit of contact. Cavs are going to get the first bit of ball with knock-on advantage.
Playing advantage, 6 offside.
Penalty advantage comes as well. Longbottom goes to ground. Fanning out left. Newinghouse cut out ball. Ready. Busting through the line. Chance for the left wing early. Gets absolutely shoved into touch. Referee's flag goes up. And Ratu thought he might have been off to the races for a second there.
Hold, boys.
West Scarborough, defensive line out inside their own 22 to get us underway.
Take your steps.
Referee just setting the gap. West Scarborough, shift back 5-man line out, up at 5, win it nicely and pop this one on the outside. Crash ball just outside the 22, inside, sorry, Isaac Meow. Lost backwards. Kateka kicks this one nicely, almost gets over the head. Now Cavs can play some heads-up footy across the back. Isaiah Gray goes straight to the boot.
On now.
And secured at the back there, Lewis Walker. Now kicks through. Newinghouse covering across the back. Long fire ball. Ratu straight onto the boot again. It's going to find grass. No one from West Scarborough inside at all. Eventually brought down Brad Lacey. 40 metres to the Coastal Cavaliers line. Rory Walker fires across the back. Kateka, David. Outside ball, foot race, needs to be flirting with the touchline. Winger gets inside the 22, one-handed pass on the inside. Vudia Vera is going to go in for the first try of the afternoon. West Scarborough go up 5 points to 0. Kick to come. What a brilliant little bit of pace. Kaona Gooden down the wing here. You see ball, Louis David gets checked on the outside. It's flirting with the touchline. You see so close on the outside there. Then just one hands it back inside. And Isaac Meow, sorry, not Isaac Meow, Simone Vudia Vera just dots that one over the line with ease. And great pace shown. West Scarborough to get there first this afternoon. Walter Kateka with the kicking duties this afternoon. Very solid kick with the boot. Also not afraid to score a couple tries at 10. Always high up on the point scoring list for the year. Set and ready to kick. And fades across the left upright. Unsuccessful first kick. Wasn't really happy with it either. Score's going to remain West 5, Coastal Cavaliers 0. Just 3 minutes 30 into the first half. Newinghouse gets us back underway. High ball out on the left wing. Lewis Walker does well to secure.
Carried back.
Taken back inside the 22, fighting across. Here's Clues. Kateka jabs one on the boot, was going to look long, but then sees a little bit of space and just darts that one into touch, just shy of halfway. Good net gain, touched now, can't go quickly. Coastal line out, just shy of halfway. Five-man. Tries to go up at 6. Gets away without the knot straight.
Tackle!
Brought down at halfway. Cavaliers just happy to pod, 1 off, 1 out at the moment. Not rolling away, penalty advantage comes now. Opportunity for Cavs to do something with the ball now. Dougal gets wrapped up and then tries to fire something back on the inside. Isaiah grubbers through for himself, picks up, gets the good bounce, but just slips on the loose turf, then pops back on the inside. Diago Taparu to ground on the 22. Out the left here. Isaiah straight to ground. Griffith firing out left-hand side of the field. Kalis, the vice-captain, then gets baubled across the line. Now grubbered back towards them. Foot race a little bit here. 55 out. And just assesses the options there, Griffith. Had a lot of time, used all of his time. Newinghouse puts this one flat, deep inside the 22. Took some catching. Manages just to stay inside the field of play. Great work there, Brad Lacey. Absolute Stableford of Perth rugby. Played multiple high-level games. And shows a little bit of class there. Just safely dots that one into touch past halfway. Nice little bit of crafty kicking. Line out straight in front of the camera. Nobody wanted it. Numbers is the call from the referee.
You've come in the line. 6 on 5, numbers. If you come in before the ball's thrown, somebody else has to come out, numbers. Scrum call.
Scrum's going to be the option taken. So our first opportunity to see both of these big front rows going at it head to head. Nick McLennan taking on Kieran Longbottom.
Bind!
On this near side.
Sit!
Solid platform from both first up, not able to shove each other off the ball. Firing out through the back line. Dougal, obstruction, no forward. So we'll have a second scrum, and this one even closer to us. Just see here this last little pass off the deck. Yeah, just gone forward into the hands. Would have been away as well. Lots of pressure would have been coming. Dougal just getting the pass wrong. So now, scrum, similar position, other side of the field, and West Scarborough's feet instead of Coastal.
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Walker feeds. Shove comes this time from Cavs, but going absolutely nowhere were the West Scarborough. Down the left-hand wing again, chances every single where. Leonard fires one on the inside. Opportunity for Vudia Vera to get an early double, but loses it forward in the tackle. And gee, they're just attacking the line with so much pace early, West Scarborough. Coastal Cavaliers and myself struggling to even keep up with what they're firing through. See here, Jerome Lemon, great ball onto the wing. Gooden throws one over the top on the inside, back to Leonard, and then inside once again. Budiavera gets inside the 5 and then just tries to do a little bit too much on the way down, gets it lost forward. 9 minutes into the first half, West Scarborough 5, Coastal Cavaliers 0. Fortescue Premier Grade Match of the Week. Brought to you by Outside the Locker Room, mental health round. The referee not happy, we'll have a reset on that one. Just making sure that 8's going to be bound at the scrum. Big defensive scrum here for the Cavs. Newinghouse's boot has been sublime this season already. Penalty though, straight to West Scarborough, down on the far side. That's not the mark, will come straight back. And at that time, Longbottom just collapses under the weight on hit. Scrum called, they want another piece. So interesting to see there. Great little bit of scrumming, McLennan. Able to turn one of the greatest scrummers of Australian rugby over the past 10 years straight into the ground on a defensive setup.
George, just get him to go sit by the tent, and then if we need you, we can call him on from there. Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Ball available at the back for Scarborough. It's all popped up in the middle. Need to get this one out. Penalty advantage standing up. Now they can have a crack at the line. West Scarborough only 2 meters out. Mio was just short. Now Kateka across the back. Walker on the wing can just put the burners on the outside. Lewis Walker goes over. West Scarborough have scored their second and they lead this game 10 points to 0. Coastal Cavs just got sucked in off the scrum peeling up. They were beaten on the outside quite easily. Kateka, it was a great long ball out to Lewis Walker there. And all he had to do was draw the defender up and then beat him around the outside. Converts their second for the day. Lewis Walker, the younger of the two Walkers out there. Rory in 9. Both great rugby players for West. Not too bad on the touch footy oval either. Certainly hold their own in all formats of rugby in this state. Kateka missed the first conversion. Just didn't quite seem to hit it. See if you can shake all that off now. Strike through this one. Let it just curl back in from the right post. Strike this one a little cleaner, looks left though. And unsuccessful there once again, and there's going to be time off for a second.
Time off.
Believe one of the ARs who did second grade pulled his hamstring a little bit, tried to soldier on and AR for this game, but we've had to call in the sub ref. Mr. Hainsworth will take over the duties.
Hey mate, so big things for me obviously, the more you talk to me the better, okay? If you see anything that's clear and
Referee just going through his expectations from his team of 3 now as well.
It might mean that I haven't heard it, or it might just mean that I'm playing. Okay, in goal, try and get an in goal as quickly as you can. Yep. Okay, if you're happy with the try, it's clear and obvious, thumbs up. Yep. If you don't do anything, don't do anything. Okay, and then if I'm not sure, we'll have a chat and go from there. Foul play, come across the comms. Okay, I want number, colour, and again, it needs to be clear and obvious. Happy days? Fantastic.
So good little insight there as to how the team of 3 operates. Of course, these ARs and the referee all mic'd up together, can hear each other. And referee Bradley Jackman just saying what he wants from his team. Wants some clear and obvious penalties, wants him to help him out in goal.
Time back on.
And likes them to talk to him. Newinghouse gets us underway. Cavs try to take that one straight off the top as well, but lost forward. Have another scrum. It's not a bad kickoff at all. Just saying, Kaz getting up in front, losing it forward. It was a great little jump there, Steele.
I'm going to have a look. Okay. All right, I'll have a look. Okay. We've got a call from the AR that you were just driving straight. Yep. That's weird. Mark's there.
Another scrum set for Scarborough. Got the penalty off the last. Set up with Louis David, basically at 10 there, ready to accept the crash ball. Kateka out behind him. Cavs set up 3 rush defenders. Wing back on touch. Left wing just set back a little bit. Full back on the 22, ready to receive a long kick just in case. Ball comes free. Walker feeds David, who actually goes backdoor Kateka. Now they're going to find a little bit of space on the outside. Walker goes out again. Now opportunity with a little bit of space and time. Jerome Leonard, similar position. He's been on that right wing on the paint a couple times. Kicks this one back in. Now a little bit of heads up footy needs to be played, and the kick comes right towards the commentary position. Just bounces into touch. And Kateka happy to wait on this one, and we'll have the line out. I believe the kick that time, Matty Griffith took the only final moments that he had to find out what space he was going to look for. Decided the best option was just to clear that one. Jerome Leonard once again finding himself running out of a little bit of room down the right wing. Might want to crack inside a little bit earlier instead of just going for these chances at a try. Although it has led to 2. Would not mind seeing him go to ground and just recycling the ball for his team. Hemi throws to the front, up at 1. Walker clears now, centre field. Chance in the middle for Mayall. Penalty, Cavs, straight off feet. Louis David just getting it wrong there. See when he arrives into this play, it was a great carry by Mio. You see Louis David right behind him there. And as he arrives into this ruck, absolutely seals off the contest. No chance for anyone, not supporting his body weight either. Both hands on the floor past the contest. Great penalty called. Kept in play nicely though, tapped. Need to still get on top of it. Kateka gets around finally. Ball gets jabbed through from Leonard at the back. Crash ball up on halfway. Cavs now with possession, but a long way to go. 50 metres the trip. Newinghouse, flat ball, good trick play. Edwards goes to ground. All over the ruck, penalty advantage.
Hold.
Long bottom, goes for the kick through.
Play on.
Gets stopped, not sure if that one was in the playbook there. Now Griffith tries to grab her again. Not seeming to want to run the ball. They want to put the forward pressure on the foot. But the turnover comes. There was no advantage. Kateka goes high, chasing onto this one. 2 big players from West Scarborough, but doing really well there. Ratu underneath.
Step, Nick.
Pot out on the right-hand side. Taparu. Held up in the contest, driven backwards, tackle made now. Right-hand side ball, Newinghouse chips over the top. Needs a big chase from Dougal, who actually wraps it up. Now straight over the top, opportunity to get the turnover. Jerome Leonard over, but no, Coastal Cavs get the ball.
Coming back, off your feet.
Got his hands past the ball. See here the chip over the top, Newinghouse. What we're looking at here, Jerome Leonard puts his hands past the ball, then drags back in to try go for the turnover. See there, yeah, goes beyond, and he's got his elbows and everything over the ground. Jackman on point early here this afternoon, seeing a great clear picture of the ruck. It's 2 good ruck penalties in a row, and Newinghouse will look to the corner. They don't want to take the points there. Is a long kick, about 35 it would have been from the goalpost. Slight angle. They take the line out, probably about 10 or 12 out from the line.
Is it when the ball's thrown? Yeah. So if they're holding it in the line.
And a first bit of real attacking opportunity here off the set piece for the Coastal Cavs.
Yeah.
Setting up with the centres, just offset from the 10 in a straight line. Both could crash. Reddy and Dougal. They go full line. They go up at 8, just goes over the top. Would look like a good throw as well. Mio palms one off. And now they get to recycle the ball out to the right. David didn't like what he had, so he's dished it out quickly, almost a hospital pass. Once again, down the sideline, Brandon Steele makes a good little bit of coverage tackling. Now on the inside again, Western Scarborough on the climb. Liam Clues brought down just outside the 22, trying to force the turnover there, Ratu, but not able to do so. But it's a messy old ruck, needs support. Penalty comes the way West Scarborough, hands in the ruck. Messy old ruck. Walker taps and goes. Gets himself 7 out from the line. All over the ball here. West Scarborough, Cy Gray. Penalty straight on top. And just like that, Walker not sure why he's tapping and going in such a position. It's a gift 3. Nonetheless, great work there. Cy Gray to get the turnover. West Scarborough, though, as you see here, just absolutely dominating this right-hand wing, getting on the outside every single time. Hands were good on the inside. Jerome Leonard inside to Clues. Got it down inside the 22. As the clearing kick comes back over the top. We'll have a line out just about 42 from the Coastal Cavaliers line. Penalty advantage went out from that first ruck. Now we're back live.
It hit my leg. Oh, it hit my leg.
Hanson set and ready. 5-man line. Faking at 1, up at 3. Great line out win. Firing the back line out. Good little runner already. Newinghouse has options. Goes in front of Edwards. Now needs to be cleaned up. Ratu out wide. Zaya. Penalty just one there. Wasn't sure if Nicholas McLennan had done enough, but he certainly had. See here the number 1, West Scarborough, just goes over the top, gets on ball there, straight on it. And gets cleaned out the side, but was there long enough. Kateka jabbing into touch inside the 22. Just a safe kick, giving the backs enough speed, enough time. Full line out once again. Up at 4, brought down, sacked immediately, so Scarborough need to be aware. They peel off to the right, and they're still moving forward. Now need to make sure they can get this ball available. It's there. Walker goes digging, takes his time getting it out. Hamber. Not too many backs out on the left here. Kateka forward. A little bit lazy there, Kateka. Wasn't really too many out there either. See, they didn't really have many options. Kateka just gave that little shovel. Yeah, definitely forward out of the hands there. So scrum down Cavs ball. Very defensively though. Scrums have been good so far. Cavs have been feeling a little bit of pressure last couple though.
Crouch! Boy!
Doing better this time on their own feed. Eventually breaking right, and Newinghouse goes long on the boot. This is a great kick. Still bobbling forward, hasn't even found touch yet, but goes 22 to 22. Quick line out taken, West Scarborough across the back. Walker receives again and puts this one jabbing through. Needs the bounce. Just gets a bounce in the field of play. Lewis Walker matching up to Charles Newinghouse, one of the best kicks in the comp. Says, thank you very much, I've got one better. So line out Cavs ball inside their own 22. Need to exit out once again. Stolen ball, but Cavs players coming to amass on it. Kateka eventually ends up with the ball and tries to loop around the side. Hemi accepts the phase. Out on the left-hand side now, Seavey gets wrapped up.
11 to get out of it.
Clues now enters West Scarborough inside the 22. A quick recycle out to the right here. Vital, Kateka, short ball. Mio comes to the right again, running out of numbers. Lacey.
Release!
Simple phase play here, West Scarborough, but they are creeping forward. Need to keep moving this ball. That pass not the greatest. Now they're going to have to reset once again. Leonard looking for options. Triple cut out. Walker on the wing. Lewis Walker having a crack at the sideline again, but just loses it forward and goes dead in goal. Just got that ball absolutely pumped out of his arms as he went towards the corner. It was a scrappy old ball. Leonard did well to get back up to the advantage line and fires the ball at Walker. Just beats the first on the inside, diving towards the line. We'll see where he loses it here. It's just on the coverage tackle. Great little bit of work there. Ratu Berry to knock that one free. And we'll have a little bit of time off while we wait for the scrum.
Time off.
It's been impressive so far, the Cavs, the way they've been matching up, the way they've been trying to play the territory game. Just not reflecting on the scoreboard so far. Haven't had too many cracks inside the 22.
Yep.
Couple penalties where they could have maybe taken the points, decided to go the corner.
Nick.
Certainly West Scarborough just looking threatening as they have done so far this year. Absolutely exposing the right wing. Kaona Gadunan in number 14, just dicing down the right wing, has great awareness where the paint is. But maybe just like to see him check the ball on the inside sometimes.
Yep, no worries. I'll keep an eye on it. At the moment, boys,
Now we just have a little bit of a chat. 24 minutes and 9 seconds into the first half. Still time off. West are up 10-0. Neil Fortescue Premier Grade Match of the Week. Mental health round as well. Brought to you by Outside the Locker Room.
Time on.
I might give them deep, but as soon as the ball comes out, come up.
Crouch! Fine!
And still lots of water on the field. Got to be careful there, Wes.
If that happens, boys, just let me know because I'm not looking out there.
So we'll reset the scrum again.
The wing was just putting a contact back in. Right, let's go again.
Coastal feed in their own red zone, looking to exit.
Crouch! Fine!
Just have been putting on the brakes, making sure the scrum goes nowhere in this situation. We'll see if a similar situation arises. Yeah, they just lock it in, hook it back.
Stay hard, stay.
Early break, penalty advantage comes. Just going a little bit too early off the flank there.
No advantage, 7
Was
breaking
Woody
early.
Averia.
7.
So Gift kicked the touch. Now for the Coastal Cavs. Newinghouse with it all to do. Not much angle. Just needs to make sure of it. Goes the banana. Finds its way into touch about 30 from the line. Coastal need to start stringing together some attacking phases. They're not quite in the field position yet, so they might just clear this one out after a couple hits again. Kalis lights it up midfield. Out on the left, Newinghouse, nowhere to really go. Inside ball, Edwards was nice. I mean, Dougal. Crashing up. Well done there by
Lost
Zion
now, man,
Okoa.
Lost. Yeah.
Bumping off tackles left and right at the moment. That was Nu'u with a big carry.
Hang on.
Haven't seen too many from him. Needs to pick up his work rate a little bit on attack. Matty Griffith goes himself no half.
No, it's not.
Hansen has to feed in. Newinghouse boot. It's going to dribble into touch, I reckon. Goes just in. 40 metres out. And they decide not to go quickly. So beat West Scarborough line out 35-38 odd from their own line. Probably a tick under 12 minutes left in this first half. Might come down to a game of fitness here. This game's been played at quite the pace early. So you can go the full 80 this afternoon at this, not straight.
Straight. Huh? Options. Blue, options, scrum or line out. Scrum? Scrum called.
Scrum taken. Cavs now, they've gained that actually about 30-40 extra metres. Ball back in hand, starting to look at some attacking phase play now. Currently in 9th place on the ladder record, 3-3 after 6. Backdoor, just a little bit too late, lost forward. We're already just giving an awkward pass. Now we're covering across the back. Newinghouse 2-on-1 with Woody Avera and Kateka. They decide to surrender and let the Cavs have it.
Hold last. Hold.
Out on the right-hand side, Isaiah gets a little bit bumped upwards. Griffith finding a runner. Dougal. Opportunity there for David, but losing his feet, had to let go. Griffith sends one high, straight in front of us here, just stays in the field of play. Chance now for the counter attack. Blind pass back on the inside from Gunnanen. Mio bumps off the first, as he often does. Now backwards, then dishing out left-hand side. Chance for Leonard to put it onto the boot and down into the corner, walking, running on swiftly. It's a foot race, it's gone off the boot again, and then jabbed backwards. It's going to be a scrum down. West ball 5 out from the line, I believe. There was lots of pressure coming through on the kick. We'll have a look which way it went here. Mia just awkwardly popped that one backward. Chance there for Hamber, and it came back for Leonard, who put it on the boot. It was Walker.
Yeah, 22.
And Brad Lacey chasing. And then, yeah, off the boot of Rory first, and then backwards out by the Coastal Cavs. Ball was already in goal. So just the 22 dropout.
All right, let's go, Charles.
Newinghouse goes long. Leonard with the ball. Everything in front of him. Decides to fire it out to the right. Rudy Avera. David beats the first. Needs to stay in. Cavs are straight over the top now. Lost feet. Needs to get off. Hemi.
Play on.
Firing out left. Mio lost forward.
Nah, first was forward and then you've knocked it back. First one was forward.
Have another scrum down. Just see him out just in front of him there, losing forward, then backwards. Centre field scrum, 40 out from the Cavs line. West have been giving them opportunities now. With 9 minutes left in this first half. Just need to keep piecing it together, not give it back away once they're in an attacking position. They don't like to play footy in their own half, though. So expect this maybe to be jabbed back down the other end after a phase or two. Where Scarborough just match up 2 and 2 with left wing back and full back centre field. It's an opportunity for Charles Newinghouse and his full back to peel left, go 4 on 2 on the left-hand side of the field. Eventually comes out, and Newinghouse straight to the boot instead. Needs a bounce, gets it just before it rolls over into touch. It's another great kick from him. He's so accurate. Now short line out Walker at full speed, then fires on the inside. Lacey brought to ground, Shire halfway. Rory, Walker, fires out Kateka on the outside for Hemi. Now a chance for the wing to crack on the outside again, as he often will. Kanoa brought to ground, fights his way back in field a little bit. Need forward runners here. Find them eventually. Mio tries to pop, lost backwards though, diving all over the ball. Cavs trying to get a hand on it. Kateka backdoor. Now running towards the line. Lacey fires back on the inside. Big chances brewing here. Walker now just needs to accept the grounding.
Hands away, Blue.
No half there. Someone needs to talk and get there. Kateka eventually fills the void. Hamber out on the right-hand side here. Gets the wrap from Mio. Up to the 22 now. Cavs try turnover, but eventually ball comes. Short ball clues. Was very flat-footed, but got well to get over the advantage line by half a step. Newinghouse came out of the line, so long ball over the top. Footy Aveda. Now pick and go. West Scarborough very close now. Surely looking at another try for themselves. Firing out. Numbers on the right-hand side. Edwards flat ball. Nicholas McLennan, the captain, gets curled up. Half a metre out from the line. Tries to fall over. Held up is the call from the referee, Jackman. Opportunity gone begging there. Coming back for penalty advantage. Still going to be a penalty. We're coming back here for West Scarborough. Hemi fakes the tap. You just see firing across the face. Nick McLennan almost getting towards the line. Really well defended though. Couple of Cavaliers players all over the ball. Could have been the good worker already there just to keep his hands wrapped around, not letting that one collapse over. Scrum called off the penalty. 6 minutes to go in the first half here. West's up 10-0 on your FMG Fortescue Premier Grade Clash of the Week. West Scarborough stack the right-hand side. 2 on the right-hand side, only about an 18-metre short side channel. Will be David. And gun it in. Very important scrum. I expect West Scarborough to try and get the shove on this one. Been getting the upper hand a couple times early here. Just need to be patient, stay tight, and get the leg drive going straight down. Scrum's going to be happening 5 metres out from the line still, just a small reset. Set and ready to have another crack now. Line 5 metres out. Better engagement this time. Cavaliers put on a good early shove though. West Scarborough start to get to work. 8 standing up a little bit. Walker's going to release. Goes to David on the short side. Tries to go through himself and he's going to put the ball over. Didn't even need the second man on the blind side. Just went himself. Louis David gets his first of the afternoon. West have 3. Just see, so strong, so powerful. Just to get on the outside shoulder of his man. Absolutely no help. Ethan Kalis tries to cover ground. Broke from 8. Did a good little bit of work. But from 5 metres out, it's hard to stop Louis David. Try scoring machine for West Scarborough. Kiteka will have a chance to get himself on the scoreboard for the first time this afternoon. It's good work by Walker there, just leaving it in the scrum for a little bit. Biding his time, seeing what would happen. And once the user call came, bang, just pops it out. All the forwards are on the ground. No chance for them to cover across. Important kick for Kiteka here, just to get his confidence up for the second half as we near the end of this first. Just not striking it that clean at the moment. That one falling short, seems to be coming over the top of the ball a little bit. Certainly not impressed with himself. So 15 plays 0 with 3 minutes or less to go in this first half of Mental Health Round, brought to you by Outside the Locker Room. Cavs up at halfway now, just ready, waiting for the kick to occur. No ball yet. Fullback goes back to get it. Still underneath the posts. Great looking kickoff, putting pressure on Clues, gets hit immediately. Spun out nicely though, wasn't held, tried to get to his feet, but then eventually covered across. Backdoor for Kiteka, out wider. Brad Lacey finds a little bit of space to manoeuvre. Lewis Walker, another great touch for him early in this piece. Now out the back door. Chance for Jerome Leonard to go all the way. Inside ball, Vudiavera straight back over. And just like that, go from 3 tries to 4. West Scarborough in full control now, pushing their lead to 20. Only took the one phase there for Clues to climb across. And you think they're just going to crash this one up in centre field, but immediately Mio goes back door to Kiteka, and Lacey puts on the burn as Lewis Walker, who's been amazing out on the left wing so far, fires it on the outside. Jerome Leonard, and always following Simone Vudiarata, just falls himself over the line nicely, securing himself a double for the afternoon. And Kiteka has a chance once again to get this confidence back with the boot. But it's all things West. 20 plays 0, kick to come still. Predicted showers this entire game, even potential thunder and lightning. But it's been absolutely perfect weather, sun's out, not many clouds around. Coffee van in business behind the screen there. And unsuccessful once again. Kiteka livid with himself on the boot in this first half. It's been so accurate for so long for Wes. So now must only be seconds or minutes left in this first half. Newinghouse. Similar kickoff to where they won it the first time. Just gets bumped off the hand or the head or something similar. Ends up going the way of West Scarborough. Louis David trying to fight through them all himself. Still going inside ball. Vudiavera always finding himself on the chasing space. That ball just behind him, losing it forward. And we'll enter in the halftime break. West Scarborough 20, Coastal Cavaliers 0. In your FMG Fortescue Premier Grade Match of the Week. Brought to you by Outside the Locker Room for Mental Health Round. It's all things West. See Louis David just fighting through the line here on that last passage of play. How strong is he just to keep going? And then this last pass just goes behind Vudiarata and knocks it forward. So with that, see all the boys heading towards their huddles. We'll be right back with your second half right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back to the second half of your Fortescue Premier Grade match of the round. West Scarborough to get us back underway, currently leading this game 20 points to 0 over the Coastal Cavs. Blue skies out and about now for a game that was predicted for showers and thunderstorms. Perfect conditions now for this game to really accelerate through the entire second half. It's going to be up to the Cavs to see if they can maintain the pace and have the fitness to hang on in this game and start building their way back in. Kalis takes us to ground off the first kickoff. Penalty advantage.
No advantage back here. No advantage back here, not rolling.
Not rolling off that first ruck of the second half.
No advantage.
Jackman hot onto them early. Ewinghouse on the boot once again. Line out just in front of us. 48 metres, the triple B for Coastal. See if they can build things up. Just waiting on ball. Jamie Reid, replacement hooker now for the Cavs. Up at one nicely. Tapaparu tapped it back and then brought to ground. Short pod ball fading out on the left-hand angle. Longbottom does well. Ewinghouse set out for the left and Kalis just charging towards halfway, brought down short and then off feet. Coached out nicely by Jackman. James Dougal still fighting through the contest. Still fighting. Puts another one down. Not gaining all the meters. Still not held. Dougal with the run of the second half so far. Gaining all the meters and shoving off anyone in his way. Now Edwards brought down midfield. This is good phase work. Ewinghouse, long bottom. Not many spaces for him to go through there. Offside lines are really good early in this second half. West Scarborough obeying. Just trying to guarantee they don't give away any penalties. And then lost forward, Nu'u. Hasn't seen much of a ball carry yet in this game, only once or twice, and then that's maybe why. Not confident in the hands this afternoon. Brad Lacey on the outside trying to get free and then lost forward. West Scarborough packed down a scrum. Had a little bit of a chance, but then just knocking it forward. Sean Flatman on the left wing now in number 19. So the ball just fired across the face here. Lacey tried to crack on the outside, went in and out. And that ball just going across the face. Couldn't quite get the hands to it. A little bit hard on the face.
Nick, you want to do it? Do it. Sure.
Scrum down for the Cavs. About 43 from their own line.
Fine.
Big shove coming from West Scarborough. Trying to show a little bit of authority early. 9 offside. So the penalty comes away, Cavs. It was a great scrum effort, but Walker just going early.
9. 7-8 pocket, can't be there, offside.
My bad.
Walker apologising to the team. Ewinghouse just a kick out.
Just that 7-8 pocket. But yeah, that 7 pocket stay out.
No. No.
Yeah.
Just a small bit of time off. Scarborough captain Nick McLennan just getting some tape applied to the boot. Make sure those laces go nowhere. Physio's done a great job there. Now ready for Reed to feed the line for the Cavs. Slowly creeping forward. Not through phase play, but through errors and penalties. Have made their way 35 out. Stripped backwards. Dougal wants to have another crack at it. Now they're going back. Glenn Edwards decides to settle things down. Gets himself to ground nicely. Nu'u. Confident to get back on the horse and starts the leg drive.
Lost it now.
McLennan too late there. Gets called off. Dougal took his eyes off the ball once he was about to catch it. And just starts looking to his outside man before the ball was even in the hand. So now Clues fires back door. Plenty of numbers out on the right-hand side. Don't let Louis David get up to speed as he fires on the outside once again. Western Scarborough getting up towards the line, and then penalty coming back.
Got a release.
Electrifying pace once they get their hands on the ball. You saw Clues go back door. Leonard found Louis David. Then on the outside, the 21. Believe Hodgson. Just to ground. And the penalty going against West Scarborough was tackled and held. Didn't release. Tried to go again. And they clear the kick out.
Just wait.
45 from the line, and we're just going to wait for a blood bin. Time's off as well. As expected, with the conditions clearing up all afternoon now.
Not bleeding when it comes back.
This game picking up to quite the pace at the moment. It's just going to be a matter of who's fitter, who can keep this pace up for longer. A couple subs coming off as well. I believe Nu'u has come off. Line out won by Cavs. No one really knew where the ball was at the back there, but eventually all the forwards find the place that they need to run over the top of. Kalis, backdoor already. Outside still Steele. And then just dragged into touch. Unfortunate there. The Prioratu. It's tackled in play, but his head just hit the line. See here, in play there, and then the head just finds the white chalk. Couldn't quite see it on your screen. Puts himself in touch.
Line out, that's it.
West Scarborough still got most of their starting 15 out there. So fitness maybe not too much of a question for them.
Playing on.
No lift in the line out, went for the trick play, kind of just went a little bit too low to even hit those hands. And eventually the ball pops out the back for Walker, so it goes deep. David wrapping around the back. Leonard. And now Hodgson. Further on the outside, Louis David breaks through the line once again, then throwing it on the inside. And it's going to be a hat-trick. West Scarborough are going to score again. And it's going to be a hat-trick. Simone Vudiavera goes over the line for a third time this afternoon. And he's just always seemingly just off the ball, running through in support. It's a great little line by Louis David. Check ball got on the inside. It was a great little bit of work by Brad Lacey just to fight off 102, get the hand free, fire it on the inside. And reliable as ever, ready to receive that final pass, Simone Vudiarata. 25 plays nil. We have a conversion from straight in front. Kateka has been pulled out of the kicking duties. In fact, I think he's been subbed off. Might just be the case. Try to confirm that. Yes, he is. So not quite doing it with the boot. So they subbed him off. Now with the kicking duties. Canella Gadeon should be able to slot this one over. Bekateka's wondering why he couldn't get these ones. Conversion successful, adding the extra 2, 27 play 0. In your Fortescue Premier Grade match of the week. It's mental health round brought to you by outside the locker room. Another sub coming here. Halfback coming off for the Coastal Cavaliers. Could be Tahavalu.
No!
Short ball, Mio brought down at the 22. Trying to fire across the back. Louis David with a little bit of room. Holds it, pump fakes, then goes through again on himself. Inside ball, replacement number 17. Then firing on the outside, 21, making his way all the way into the end goal. Might have lost this one forward, no. Another try goes to the way of West immediately. And they're gonna go again into the end zone, and Coastal Cavaliers just not being able to hold off this pace. Cavs go up 32-0. Kick to come. I believe the replacements there, Jamie Reid and Jaden Nelson. Doing a mountain of work there for West Scarborough. No, sorry. Sean Flatman and Benito Hodgson. And the two players I was meant to call then. More difficult kick on this occasion. So picturesque afternoon down here at Kingsway Sporting Complex. This game being played here once again because West Scarborough's club rooms are being updated at the moment. Only a couple of weeks away from completion. But just need to play their home games away for the moment being. I believe they'll be christening the new change rooms against UWA in a couple of weeks' time, which will be an absolute classic hit-up. Both are tipped to be hot favourites in this competition at the moment, and it's good to be seeing them clash up against each other. I mean, when you've got a back line like this for West Scarborough, with Kateka, David, Lacey playing 10, 12, 13, could be an absolute war up front as that one comes up the upright against the UWA Staplefords of O'Sullivan. Their new trading Caleb Young, and plenty more out the back as well. Ewinghouse gets us back underway, sending one high, flirting with the touchline, and just goes over the top of the head. The lift wasn't there that the lock was expecting. Cavs come back away with the ball.
I haven't seen it clearly.
Pick and go, penalty advantage offside. Now Cavs with a chance to get something on the board if they can roll through this nicely. Long bottom, juggling the ball. Finally gets to ground, and safely too. Short ball for Glenn Edwards.
New advantage round the neck.
Fresh advantage, high tackle, so things adding up here for the Cavs for a moment being. Isaiah coming back for the two penalties. Chance to dot this one into the corner. Ewinghouse will just slowly make his way across. So a little bit of ball, a little bit of faceplate, a little bit of pressure being built by the Cavs now. It's going to be a long mountain to climb. But there's just enough time to get things started if they can convert on this occasion.
We just had 3 penalties in quick succession. Okay, two for offside. Yeah. Okay, 1 back there and then 7 back here. Have a word to your boys about obviously taking that step back. The other one was around the neck and that tackle. You didn't.
Line out inside the 22, Cavs ball.
Oh, sorry, 2 offsides and 1 high tackle. Hold on, boys. All right.
Just waiting to set the line. Cavs going 8-man full set. They jump at 8 and just bobbling forward through the hands there. They had it all won and all set. Just couldn't hold on to the footy. Scrambly ball available at the back here for West Scarborough, so we're going to come back for the scrum. It was a beautiful throw and a beautiful line-out lift all the way at the top here, and you just see not able to hang on to the ball. Shame there to Paru. Couldn't quite get it done for his team, so it's now a very defensive scrum for West Scarborough. 5 metres or so out from their own line.
Crouch! Oh! Stand up.
Not happy with the gap set again.
I need that space. I can't have shoulder on shoulder. I need... No, I want shoulder-shoulder distance. Shoulder-on-shoulder contact.
So after a quick chat, referee ready to go again. 32 plays nil. Kaz could probably put everything into this one to try force a penalty. Net result's not too bad for them either way. Hit and chase was solid by West Scarborough though, then down far side.
Collapsing, far side, collapsing.
And West Scarborough will take those extra metres with glee. Clearing kick is shaping nicely. Good work there by Jerome Leonard. It's been a tough day in the office in the scrum department here for the Coastal Cavs. I mean, between Newton and Longbottom, thought they might hold off a little bit better for a while, but just not able to hold the pressure of McLennan up front. And seem to be collapsing. Early lift goes by the wayside. Walker then fires out back door. Footy O'Vara brought down on the 40, throws that one backwards a little bit. Now Clues tries to break through the gap, brought to ground. Walker, David. Backdoor play now for the right left winger to have a little crack. Sean Flatman. Now Wentholt has a nice little carry, picked up. Tried to drive through the middle there. Was Sevi. Walker spins one, tries to fight through 2 and 3, then throws it up. Sevi, knock back. And McLennan has to just eventually go to ground. Backdoor on the outside, chance. Mio with the opportunity to open up his legs, beats the first, now just the fullback, decides to go himself. Brought down just half a metre out, then a chance to go around the outside. West Scarborough in again. As easy as you like. Kanagadun has had a lot of good runs all afternoon and now gets rewarded for his work. Scoring a try on the far right-hand side. It's just good ball movement here. They managed to go backdoor and fires that one even though it's a bounce pass. Eventually Mio just gets to open up the legs, gets away from that first tackle. Thought he might have checked it on the inside there. Decides to take the contact, then good awareness, just pops around the outside. And easy as that. Gets to just run into the end goal. And dot a try over for West Scarborough once again.
Very much on the line, yeah.
Now the score moves out, 37-0.
Yeah, looks like it. It's just up kick when you run back. Yeah. He's just run back into the changing room.
Just taking their time with this conversion, West Scarborough. Happy to let this clock wind down, use the entirety of it. Maybe some of the Cavs not too bothered by it either. As a big ominous cloud starts to come over top again now. Doesn't look like it's that friendly, but it's not too big either. That's the first roll of thunder we hear in the background. Maybe we're in for a wet finish to this affair. As that conversion unsuccessful, just pushed out to the right-hand side. Score's going to remain 37-0.
Dale. Make an impact, eh? Dale.
And plenty of substitutions coming on now
Keep an eye out for those flashes and then listen out for that button, boys.
for the Coastal Caps.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Short kickoff, really well done here. Dougal did well, now long bottom, just crashes forward into the line. Cavs with front foot ball, must be offside, is offside. And then leaves the ball back there. Don't need any of that, young man, 17. Cannon Wentold. Just caught absolutely offside. You see off the ruck here, goes really early. He's just outside of the screen on the right. And he's already up in the face, you see. Before that ball was even checked out.
Sub, red. 6 and 5, red.
6 and 5 heading off. For West Scarborough coming on. Josh Tiamono in 20.
Connor, stay on Clusie. Wrong number.
Got a name withheld in the 24.
Clusie!
Heavy staying on. Clues coming off instead. A little bit of a mix-up from the manager. Numbers are hard. We all know that. Line out inside the 22.
No, boys, I have.
Time was still off.
Is 5 still on? 5 is still on.
Clues now joyfully comes off to the bench, not too upset with himself.
Time on.
Cavs line out. Inside the 22. Haven't had red zone footy in a while. Straight off the top, behind Ewinghouse and loses it forward. You heard the scream no from the halfback immediately. Knew he didn't like it. Just fires this one. It had good pace, but it's behind the running on Charles. And left it behind. Chance gone begging once again for the Coastal Cavs. Nearing halfway through the second half. 20 minutes or odd to go in the Fortescue Premier Grade Clash of the Week. Brought to you by Outside the Locker Room. Straight down once again. Coastal Cavaliers just have no reply to this scrum today. Longbottom taking exception to it. Telling his hooker he needs more hit, needs more forward as they go into this contact. Clearing kick. Finds its way into touch. Right around the 40, even plus a couple.
West one dumpy, West one dumpy.
Walker. Flat ball. Good run in the centres there. Tiamona. David. Jigs left or right. Still fights through the contact. Just gains meters every single time he's got the footy. Short side. Flicking off for Hodgson. McLennan. Captain's carry. 25 out from the line. West building phases nicely. Long ball goes all the way over the top of the shooting defenders. Flatman gets inside the red zone. And now West want to spin it all the way back out. Penalty advantage coming. Leonard standing at 10. Walker darting himself. Had a good game this afternoon, Walker. Been consistent. Mio. No. Picked up Vutiavea.
No.
Messy old ball. Penalty advantage coming again now. Walker taps. Has a look up himself. Chucks it on the inside. Diving over the line. West Scarborough have got another. Through Keenan Wentold. Just falls over the line. Good little eyes by Rory Walker. Saw there was a little bit of space in front of him there. Not quite back 10. You'll see here he just has a cheeky look. As soon as the penalty's blown, looks for the ball. Once he gets onto it, has a little look up. Sees that gap just on the inside. Checks it in once he drew the defender. And Keenan Wentholt dots it over. 42 plays 0, kick to come. West showing their dominance in this competition so far this year, and it's a very similar result today. Not looking like they want to take the foot off the accelerator anytime soon as well. So could be building a little bit of a cricket score out here this afternoon. Currently West, before going into this game, played 6, won 5, lost 1, with a plus-minus points difference of 114, only bested by UWA, also on 5 wins, 1 loss, with a points difference of 186. So the top 4 shaping up nicely. Nedlands and Kalamunda are on the same as well with 5 and 1, 64 and 90 point different respectively. Just a bonus point going to Nedlands, keeping them on 24. And Kalamunda on 23. But a win here once again for West Scarborough cements them in that top 2 nicely. Take some big wins from Nedlands and Kalamunda and Wanneroo to start shaking things up. The real question is, where are Associates and Cottesloe? When are they going to get into this? Kickoff goes deep. No one wants to catch it. Referee happy with the hit that occurred, and we're going to play quickly. No, says the referee. As the clouds start to build overhead now, there's more thunder building behind us. Hope the supporters are ready for an onslaught of rain. Could be heading for it late in this game.
Line outside, come up.
Ball available at the back. Scarborough finally able to bring it out. Short ball. Great work running onto it. David, happy to crash. Short side ball, cracking up the left-hand side, just brought it into touch. Wasn't a bad run. Opportunity gone begging. But they've already taken use of quite a lot of them. It's good work. Benito Hodgson just smashed into touch. Newinghouse filling in at 9, getting across Edwards. Now, Kalis just crashes down. Newinghouse looks like he's filled properly into halfback now. Needs to keep this one in, does well. Ratu doing well, but getting wrestled into touch eventually. Oh, now it's going to go the way of West. About 42 from the line. 4-man. Quick throw. They get up in front. Walker off the top. Ball just behind. Need to work forwards onto it now. Hutchins does well to keep that momentum moving forwards through the contest. Short ball. Good tip. David out on the right-hand side. Firing Hodgson even further. Ball gets checked round. Now David back in control. Straightens things up a little bit. Takes 3 to bring him down. Backdoor. Jab over the top.
Hold, 20, hold!
Penalty offside.
In front.
Joshua Tiamoa just caught offside here on the kick. You see it, he's just about half a metre in front, never retired, kept pressing forward with the chase.
Well, 7 minutes.
Newinghouse to go for touch.
No! No!
Line out, 45 from the line. Perfect vision. Up at 3, winning nicely off the top, spinning out Newinghouse. Little chip over the top. Runners getting held up through the line. So straight back through West Scarborough. Absolutely piercing run there by Flatman. Penalty, lost forward advantage.
2 knock-ons.
It's a great run by Flatman to pierce the line there. Nothing coming of it as of yet. But I'm sure he's going to have another crack or two. See, the kick was over the top. Flatman grabs, splits one, goes straight through the middle, and takes Newinghouse just to hold onto that jersey and sink to the floor to bring him down. And gets knocked on just slightly further out. The weather's still turning here, the wind picking up. Sprinkles of rain just starting to come from above maybe now. Penalty straight across. And here comes the rain. Newinghouse jots this one about 24 out from the line.
What was that? Sub? 3 numbers. 2 and 1. Subs, red, 2 and 1. Red subs, 2 and 1.
Front row subs being made.
Who's captain now? Nick? Captain. Haven't needed it.
It's been really good work by the captain and his hooker,
Just hold.
Nick McLennan and Hemi.
Hold.
Done a great job for their team, as they do most weeks, running off together in synchronicity.
Yeah, play now.
It's good to see. Ball goes long. Cavs win it at the back. Newinghouse has options but juggles, so has to take contact himself. Turnover comes from the tackle, firing it over the outside. Brad Lacey decides to give it on the outside. Flatman brought to ground. Ball goes deep for Louis David, beating the first tackle once again. Penalty, entry.
23.
Just not getting it right for the arriving players. I might hear now that wind picking up, rain starting to fall even more. And even the West Scarborough tent just got blown over a little bit by the rain. More like wind, I should say. Luckily, we're all pegged down here in our commentary position.
I think about 7 to go.
Tipped from the top. Lost forward off Gold at the front of the line out. We'll have a scrum down, Cav ball.
Wouldn't have had it anyway, so it's not going. 7 to go, guys.
Cavs want to score a couple consolation points before the end of this game. Conditions are now rarely permitting any sort of rugby, but it's a chance to go down blindside if they want it. No one was covering. Newinghouse decides to go at the line himself, busts through the first couple, enters them into the 22. Turnover's going to come though. West Scarborough back in control of the ball. Edwards fires them out to the right. David goes to ground. Counter ruck was good. And turnover there. Second entry was from the side. And for chat, they're going to get Marsh the extra 10. Silly mistakes being made here. West Scarborough opening the door for points to be scored. A consolation try brewing. And they just jabbed that one safely into touch. Probably still going to have about a little over 5 meters of trip. Roughly 8 minutes to go on the clock.
Hold, hold, hold. Up now.
Maul looks solid. Diving towards the line and good. Doing everything they possibly could to get themselves over the line. Coastal Cavaliers have got their consolation try. It's a good Maul formation. I believe it might be Kalis with his hands on the ball at the back there. Just diving underneath.
At this moment, he knew he'd spoken too soon.
And a great little grounding. Cavs get there first. 44 plays 5, but they're on the board nonetheless. There'll be a few players looking around now. Maybe saying that's enough, Jackman. Don't need to play out the extra 7. Oh, and there goes the Coastal Cavaliers 10. It's on the field. If you don't believe the wind's not picking up, that's got to show it for you. Kick unsuccessful. Just blown across the face. And this thing's taking off like a sail. They're struggling to flip this back over.
This hole for boys.
I mean, you see the vision on your screens now. That thing is flying. Ours is under a lot of pressure with the pegs. It's danger, danger, danger down here at Kingsway Sporting Complex this afternoon. This is what the fans came to see. This is wet weather footy at its finest. 7 or so minutes left to go. Time back on. We get back underway. Swirling high ball. Penalty offside at the kick. Where Scarborough too keen to get in front. They win the penalty, the Coastal Cavs. Maybe they can get a second try.
7 in front of the kicker.
See the grimace on the face of Newinghouse running into the rain and win that. Bananas into touch nicely. It's held back in the wind, but just manages to stay out.
Huh? Yeah, 7.
The West bench looks cold.
Yeah, you just
The Cavs bench looks wet.
meter and a half front line. Numbers is 5. Numbers is 5.
Firing out to the left, Newinghouse. Big Kev, the replacement, has a big carry.
Tackle!
At left. Another great carry by Dougal. Has been impressive today. Another big run from the replacement, 16.
Playing the advantage.
Happy to get involved. Advantage coming as well here for Coastal Cavs. Good short ball. Kalis runs on nicely. Lost.
Step, red, step.
Lost backwards.
No advantage. 18 offside. Yeah. Best before. Here. Offside.
Less than 5 to go in the Fortescue Premier Grade Clash of the Week. This is why they love rugby. Absolutely feeding off this energy, the players out there. Not sure about anyone else. The structural integrity of those umbrellas bottom right of screen being tested. I'll tell you what. Cavs not straight.
Caught it outside, not straight. Be a bit straighter than that. Couple of minutes.
Couple of minutes left on the clock. Coastal Cavs have decided to abandon the shelter that they've got. They've taken it down. They've taken the roof off. They're folding it into one piece. They've decided it's a liability. West Scarborough sticking by their structure until the very end.
Bind. Sit.
Penalty coast still pulling out. Another prime opportunity very late in this second half.
Dominant and you're falling apart.
Tap and go the call. Big run, lost forward. David goes to the boot. It's going to bounce. And bobbles its way into touch. Cavs got the ball just past halfway. Cavs line out, tipped off the top. Backs don't really want a piece of it. Steele covers himself. And then lost forward, kicked through, will come back for another scrum. West Scarborough are going to have one more opportunity in this game to score another try. Scrum forming. Back setup is going to be stacked on the left, I believe.
Crouch. Sit.
Walker ready to feed. Ball available at the back. Advantage straight down. David goes back door. Chances on the outside. And West Scarborough get one more to finish this game off on the right-hand wing. Sean Flatman gets in for another. West Scarborough move up 49 to 5. Sorry, to nil. No, 49 to 5, sorry. Coastal Cavaliers did get a try. And it looks like time will expire after the kick here. So currently 49 to 5. West Scarborough are successful. They've been dominant all year. They've shown their might in this game once again. The conversion successful. First one from the corner today that has been. 51 to 5 is your final score down here as the rain tumbles down. Thank you to Outside the Locker Room for sponsoring Mental Health Round. And we'll catch you next week on your Fortescue Premier Grade Clash of the Week.